Hello, Trish.
Hello.
And welcome to the Tavern.
Thank you.
Been asking you to come to have a chat with me and for quite a few, for the whole year.
Yes, since you did the first one in January, yes.
So this is actually the 10th chat, and it is the Christmas special. And if you look...
No pressure.
Here's something I made earlier, which I cannot claim, but yeah.
Well done.
As I said, well, you're very welcome, Trish. And I've been meaning to have a chat to you because you've known you all my life, yeah. And
scary.
First where it is for some. First where I'd like to start, Trish, is your first memory. You know, we've talked about school a lot, but your first memories, perhaps, of Builth Primary School.
First memories of Builth Primary School. Definitely remember being in the reception class there.
Yeah.
And the Wendy house.
And the Wendy house.
The Wendy house, yeah, in the reception class.
Because it was Builth Primary School then,
yeah? Yeah, it was Builth Primary School. Yeah, before they had the nursery class over the road, because that used to be the old canteen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we used to. But obviously, I went home for lunch, so it wasn't a problem then. But yeah, it was. Yeah, remember my first day being walked into assembly by Builth Thomas and standing in the front row, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like from a Wendy house, remembering of the Wendy house and your first day there.
Yeah.
When I actually met you, and I remember this in 1979, because we are both part of the very famous year.
The very famous year, the class of 79,
yeah,
yes.
So when you're moving into secondary school, what sort of things come to mind there with you there?
I think it was the size of the school.
Yeah.
And the number of pupils that were there, because obviously primary school was quite small compared to now. It was smaller then, wasn't it, as well? But I knew my way around because obviously Dad taught there, so I'd been.
Mr. Thomas, yes.
I'd been from primary school at the end of the day. He'd collected me and take me over.
Did that help you, Trish, with that?
I think some respects it did.
Yeah.
But then others it didn't, because everyone, you know, it was favouritism, or you know your way around. Yeah, but.
Of course, back then, this is where my connection with yourself was. We were both in the famous Pritchard house.
Pritchard house, both house captains.
And this will cause some debate there when people watch this now.
Yes, yeah. So we did our bit, didn't we, as house captains as well? So
I remember with the one year up in where we are now in the Strand Hall. Yeah, the choir. Do you remember the choir, Chris?
I remember the choir. We won.
We won.
I conducted the winning choir.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Pritchard's house for what would have been the old High Stedford, yes?
Yes, the old school High Stedford, yeah, when they did it as houses. I don't think they've got houses as such now, have they?
No, it's because it was obviously Pritchard's, Evans, Sace and Jones. And we were lucky enough to be in Pritchard's.
We were.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I suppose then, with leading to the choir, everything musical with the choir, it leads me on to probably the next question, all about Builth Wells Ladies Choir, yeah? Mm-hmm. Where did that involvement start for you, Trish?
I joined the choir 14 years ago in January, or 15 years in January now. My sister was obviously a member, and I'd gone up to school to watch, I think it was their Christmas fair, and they happened to be singing. And Yonwyn said to me, "When are you coming to join us then?" But at the time, I was living in Newtown. Yeah. And I thought, yeah, I'd like to. So I thought, right, I'm going to come home on a Tuesday night, Wednesday night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wednesday night, stay with Mum.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to choir practice and travel back to Newtown on a Thursday morning. So
what is it about the choir that you because I've seen you perform with the other members, and you're very much performing and enjoying it. What is it that makes it such enjoyable for you, Trish?
I think my love of music started in high school.
All right.
It was David Gedge's encouragement.
Okay, yeah.
You know, he was just the best teacher out. And he just encouraged me so much and gave me the confidence to sing on my own. But then it was joining together as a choir. I loved singing in the choir in school. Yeah. Didn't get to do any of it. There was the odd bit I did in Newtown with various theatre groups and things, but it wasn't the same. Yeah. But the thought of being in a ladies' choir and just that part singing again because that's one thing that I really enjoy.
And it looks like they're very quite a close team, the friendship you have there.
It is a great bunch of, I mean, there's 38 of us on the books now, and we all get on so well. It's just, the camaraderie there.
I think of one particular performance because I know Builth Wells Ladies Choir do a lot of fundraising. The Reverend Brian Reid's memorial concert.
The memorial concert last year.
How beautiful, how wonderful was that concert?
It was lovely.
It must have been.
It was.
To be involved with that.
Yeah. Because initially it was my idea as well. Yeah. So, you know, it was a bit, we've got to make a success of this, you know. And
you certainly did.
Yeah, and it was lovely just singing with the military wives, you know, and Sharon is such a lovely girl. Yeah. You know, Paul's wife, so...
That must be the thing about the choir, is you get to meet other choirs as well.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
So this connection of positivity and music goes on, yeah?
We were singing in the Metropole before lockdown, before COVID, and one of the ladies that was in the audience sang with Tor Point Ladies Choir down in Plymouth. Yeah. And we had an invitation to go down and sing. But we had them up first because we couldn't commit because we were doing other things. So they came up and sang with us. And we did a concert in the Metropole, which was for charity again. I can't think what charity we did that one for. And then we went back down there and we had a fantastic weekend. You know, it was just so nice. Long weekends, you know, because they're travelling and everything. Yeah. But we had a concert with them in the church there, and it was really, really nice.
So anyone wants to get involved?
Get in touch with me, basically, because I'm your secretary.
Get involved, come and get involved.
Yeah, we meet in the TIC on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
7:30 until 9:15. Obviously, we're having a break now until after Christmas, but I think we're back on the 8th of January. Okay. So, or you can drop the Ladies Choir an email or a message on Facebook. And
Definitely. Well, leading through that performance now, Trish, because I know we've both been on stage, not only in class of 1979, it followed on now with the old stages and people that follow the chats. Yeah. Well, no, I had David a couple of weeks back talking all about the old stages. Yes. Yeah. How much do you enjoy your old roles? And
the first pantomime I was involved with the old stages was The Good, the Bad and the Ugly Sisters.
Going back some years now.
And that's 7 years ago. Yeah. Scary. And I loved every minute of that. You know, it was just, it was camaraderie again, wasn't it? Yes, friendship. Yeah. So that was the one that I really got the bug again, because I'd been in a pantomime in Newtown in 2000. Joined the theatre group up there when I was living up there, and we did The Wizard of Oz then. And it didn't seem to be as much fun. Yeah. I think there were so many of us in the cast that, we got lost. But
I think it was old stages, I think you might agree with me, because we all know each other so well.
I think that is a lot of it.
Of performance stuff or work together in the past.
Yeah, I mean, there's 6 of us from our year group, isn't there? Yeah. So
there's no wonder they're so good.
But no, I loved every minute of it. And David does so much.
Oh, you're a very talented writer, and David, very lucky to have him. Yeah. And it leads up now to the one we've just completed. Is that the right words?
Completed.
End of the tour. Yeah.
Yes,
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Did
you enjoy all that?
I loved every minute of it. I really did. It was
Mama Bear.
Mummy Bear. I think I might change my name actually to Mummy Bear because everyone's coming into the library.
Well, you said it now, Trish.
Yeah. Hello, Mummy Bear. Okay, fine.
But you enjoyed it, this one?
Oh, I loved it.
It was good fun,
loved it. Yeah. I think it was it was a small team, but the fun that we had, and I have laughed so much for those 2-3 months. It's just, it really did.
And also, as you've been touched on with the choir, raise a lot of money for local charities and national charities. Same with Old Stages.
Yes.
For years, they've raised for the...
Well, thousands
of pounds have been raised from
the last 30 years.
Those performances. Yeah. But I want to come back to touch on, you just mentioned when you work in your actual role, professional role. What's your professional title in the library, Trish?
At the moment, I'm Reader Development Librarian for Powys.
You are a librarian.
I am a librarian.
In our wonderful town of Builth Wells. You have a massive connection with books, Trish. I know you go to the Hay Festival.
I do. I steward at the Hay Festival, volunteer there for the 10 days.
What is it about books, Trish?
I've always loved reading.
Yeah.
Even when I was, 4, I remember going down to the old library when it was in Wyeside and choosing my books, and we used to go to Brecon every Saturday, as well, because my grandmother lived there. And we'd go to Brecon Library, so I'd have 4 books from Brecon and 4 books from Builth.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
You love reading?
I love it, yeah. I don't do as much as I'd like to now, but, I've always had that love of books.
So it seems to be when that job came up in the Builth Library. How many years have you been a librarian?
I've been in the library service now. Well, I was in the library service when I was in high school because I was Saturday girl.
Right.
And then I stayed on as relief until I moved to Newtown.
Yeah.
And then once I moved to Newtown, I was, I worked in school, I worked in the nursery there. And then one of the mums was actually the branch librarian.
Yeah.
And she said to me, there's a job going on the Book Runner, which was the mobile library that used to go around the schools. And Malcolm thinks you'd be really good for it.
Yeah.
So I thought, because I'd met him obviously when I worked in school, because when the Book Runner came to school. So I said, okay. So I applied for it, not thinking I'd get it, and I got it. And 17 years later, I'm still in the library.
You're still in the library, yeah.
Yeah, so I was based in Newtown for 10, 15 years. No, 10, 11 years. I was based in Newtown. Then I moved back down to Builth. And although I was still based in Newtown for work, they wrote into my contract that I would cover the branch for two days.
Okay.
Because Sue had gone part-time. So they were looking for somebody, to do that. So I said, yeah, fine, I'll do that. And then I'm still there.
You're still there.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating to me to observe because we can't take anything for granted with our libraries. We've got to fight for everything these days.
We certainly have, yeah.
How I've seen it diversify into becoming, we're talking about the Ray Gravel performance coming now, but the reading clubs, the Lego clubs, the chat with the copper.
Couple with the copper is on
all those sort of things, it's diversifying, Trish, and that's am I right in thinking that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, but what we're trying to do is attract different people in.
Yeah.
So people that wouldn't necessarily come into the library, or, couple with the copper, there's not always somebody at the police station. And people don't always want to go to the police station, but if they can come to a friendly place, sit and have a cup of coffee,
that's right,
it works quite well. So.
And I know we talked earlier about Old Stage, you were actually selling tickets for the Old Stage from there.
Yeah.
So
yes.
But I know the one thing I really want to talk to you about is the performance, let me get this right, the 17th of January.
17th of January,
right?
7:30 here.
Tell me all about this then, it's Ray Gravel.
It's a one-man show telling the life story of Ray Gravel.
Yeah.
The Friends of the Library have funded it.
Brilliant.
Because we got a fantastic Friends of the Library group and we couldn't do things like this without them. So, but they've signed up with the Welsh Arts Council, Nos and Allan scheme, so that they will subsidise the event and then we make money from it as well.
Yeah.
So there was various events on, and I thought, this might be a nice one because it would attract a different audience again. Thinking of the rugby boys and everything. So and old players as well. There's lots of old players in town, many of whom are going to come
because of how they remember Ray Gravel.
Exactly. So
I'm very much looking forward to being of it, and I'll tell you for why. Because I've met Ray Gravel on numerous occasions, right?
Lovely man.
But he always made you feel that you were the most important person in the world when he was talking to you.
Yeah,
he made you feel.
Such a nice
he may
man.
not have quite have recognised you, but he made you. And that was so important.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot about this performance, and that captures that of that person.
And from what I've heard about it, it does.
Well, that's what I've said
it's
there.
being performed by Gareth J. Bale.
Okay.
Who has won awards for it, I believe.
Oh, that's just...
Yeah, I know he's been up to the Edinburgh Festival
So
with it.
how do we... Tickets again, Trish?
Tickets are available in the library.
As always.
As always. £10 for adults, £5 for 12 to 18-year-olds.
That's an absolute bargain for
yeah.
entertainment.
And then we will have a raffle on the night. There'll be refreshments on the night.
And it's going to be in the Tavern or the Strand.
It will be in the Strand Hall, yeah. Hopefully we might get a bookseller from a local bookshop to come with some sports-based books, but that's...
Oh, an added bonus.
That would be an added bonus if it did happen, if we can get some, some nice raffle prizes as well, sports-based raffle prizes.
On this chat, all the details.
Yeah.
Patricia, I wish you a very, very happy Christmas.
And
you are the Christmas special.
I'm the Christmas special. Not the fairy on top of the Christmas tree.
And I want to wish you a very happy New Year. And we'll have many more chats.
Oh, I'm sure we will, because we'll see you in the library on the 23rd of December for your story time.
Oh, yes, yes. Don't forget about that.
Don't forget about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.